welcome to this Wednesday, January the 24th edition of the Ringside Report. I am Ryan Young. Joining me on the phone, on Skype, is the King of Controversy, Anthony Smoody. Smoody, how are we doing today?
Good.
It's Wednesday, but let's get right into it. The 25-year anniversary of Monday Night Raw. Started off from the Barclays Center. Stephanie McMahon and Shane McMahon in the ring. They come out and say, you know what? Let's honor the man that did it all. The one and only chairman of the board, Vince McMahon. He comes out. Then they eventually give him a plaque. And he dropped the best line of the night. He said the only thing Brooklyn knows about plaque is that it's on their teeth. I loved it. And then...
Well, that plus...
Go ahead.
That plus, he also dropped the bomb in saying that you're all cheap, just like Brooklyn's always cheap.
Yeah, he wasn't too happy about his plaque, which I'm sure will go in his office because that was a pretty nice plaque. But But then he says that he did it all, no one helped him, and then the classic glass broke, and all of a sudden, Stone Cold comes out, and Vince fed his son to the wolves, and Shane got a stunner. They opened up a couple Miller Lights, and a couple Miller Lights later, then Vince got his Stone Cold stunner. Tony, he sold it like the guy he is. He still did it, and what a way to kick off Raw 25.
Well, yeah, it was a pretty good way to kick off Raw. But you see how he started Vince, and he didn't stun him well, but he got him good for a little bit.
Yes. Then continue at the Barclays Center. Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Mickie James and Asuka defeat Nia Jax, Alicia Fox, and Absolution. Then we go for the first time to the Manhattan Center, where the Undertaker shows up. He comes out. I was waiting for John Cena to interrupt. There was no interaction between those two on Monday night. And Undertaker pretty much, I wasn't really sure what he was talking about. Is he coming back, you think?
Well, he didn't plug himself in the Royal Rumble, but he said he's going to make an appearance on the road to WrestleMania.
When does him and Cena happen? When do they announce it?
Probably after the Elimination Chamber.
Okay. And then back at Barclays Center, Intercontinental title on the line. Tony, you kind of called this one. Miz wins. Miz now has the reign. Roman now can focus on WrestleMania and Brock Lesnar. And Miz is your Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah. Roman can stop worrying about the Intercontinental title and now worry about the title that he should have had last year by the time he was fighting the Undertaker last year.
Yes. Then we go... Then we have the Peep Show. I was glad to see Christian back. Edge couldn't make it. But they have Rollins and Jordan come out in the bar, and it ends up in a complete brawl. As them two, of course, them two teams will be battling for the tag titles coming up on Sunday.
I like how Jordan and Rollins are now tag teaming up because this is exactly like, remember when Foley put last year, the time Cesaro and Sheamus together, they were not like each other, and then they ended up winning the tag team title. So there's a lot of strange. I may use this word. I've never used this word before, but I've used it a long time. Strange bedfellows.
Oh, that's like that was on Eric Bischoff's wheel. What was that called?
Yes.
Raw Roulette.
The Raw Roulette wheel.
Yeah. Then for the Manhattan Center, Bray Wyatt defeats Matt Hardy. At Barclays Center, Elias comes out and starts singing. He had a promo with Chris Jericho before that, but then John Cena comes out and Elias got the upper hand. The guitar over the head of John Cena. Is that a little bit of a passing of the torch? A little bit?
A little bit, but I think he softened him up for the Undertaker at the Rumble.
Yeah. Then we had at Barclay, Titus and Apollo Crews versus Rhino and Heath Slater. Heath Slater spent his whole life savings in poker. I know how that feels, but that was on slot machines.
Yeah, Heath Slater. Well, you never play poker with the APA, which I should play poker with him, but that or Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, everyone's got a price. But anyway, then they did a What's Up. The Dudley Boys returned, dropped the What's Up, and that was that. Then we go back to the Manhattan Center. It's a DX reunion. Triple H and Shawn Michaels, then followed by the New Age Outlaws, followed by X-Pac, followed by Razor Ramon. Then the Balor Club interrupts. It was kind of a point. I mean, they hit all the spots. I was very surprised, and I even clapped when I watched it. Triple H acknowledged not only Rick Rude, but Chyna, and I thought that was very appropriate because she was a big part of Monday Night Raw.
Well, originally when DX came in '97, that was the original 3 DX members. It was Chyna, Shawn Michaels, Rick Rude, and Triple H together. It was, again, another strange fellas. That's how DX came form. But Chyna, and she's up there. She's rusty now.
Yep. B.A.R. Club defeat the Revival. That was also the Manhattan Center. Go ahead.
Speaking of that, I think sometime next year or the year in the future, look out for Rick Rude's son to probably do wrestling, because he might go join the wrestling thing.
That'd be awesome.
I want to see if his father can do it, then maybe he can do it.
Yep. And then finally at the Barclays Center Universal Title Face-Off, Brock Lesnar. It ended in a brawl, as you figured it would. Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, and Kane.
Yeah, I know the wrestlers want to get involved in it, but Braun got the upper hand. But this Sunday, it's a triple threat rules, but the same thing applies to Brock Lesnar. He fought Seth Rollins and John Cena in a triple threat match in the same arena and retained his title, so it could happen again.
Looking forward to it. That is Monday night, or that was Raw 25. So Tony, think of it, Raw 50. I will be 20. I'll be 51 years old. How old will you be for Raw 50?
Oh my God! When is that going to be?
25 years from now. How old are you?
Oh, I'll probably be in my 60s or 70s.
Well, how old are you right now?
32.
You'll be 57.
Oh my God!
We're gonna do a Ringside Report 25 years from now for Raw 50.
Well, it'll probably be us two, because maybe Brandon won't be around by then.
No, and he pissed me off on Monday. He called me before I got to the Austin Stunner. He called me and he goes, "Oh, I can't believe Vince McMahon could take a stunner." And I'm like, "I haven't got there yet," and I hung up on him. People should know I do never watch Raw live. Never. You finally learned that, because you always call and say, "Where are you?"
I always make sure that you're watching it, because sometimes you can be watching something else, and then you'll be like, when we get to our show, be like, "Oh shit, I forgot to write. I watched it. Remember that one time you forgot to, you recorded Raw, you recorded the whole 2 hours, and then by the time you're like, we're getting to the show, you just said, "Oh, skip it. I'll just watch the whole thing." And you went fast forward. I'm like, "Yes."
Yep. Okay, that's Raw 25. We're taking time out. When we come back, we're going to preview Ring of Honor NXT, plus an update on a suspended superstar, which it's getting rough. We'll be back. On this date, Smoothie, okay, work with me here. We got 4 Royal Rumble winners. We have the one you're currently watching, Mr. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. We have Vince McMahon. I might be missing. Oh no, wait, scratch that. It's Jim Duggan, Yokozuna, Vince McMahon, and 2016 Triple H. All Royal Rumble winners on this date.
When is this date? What day are we today?
January 24th.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because I remember the 99 Rumble. That was one of the most controversial Rumbles.
Our first time we saw Vince McMahon without a shirt on, and we didn't know that man was packing some guns under them suits.
No. You know, that was the best thing, where he puts a $100,000 bounty on Stone Cold Gus, and they ended up in the ladies' room.
And they ended up... Vince McMahon was the only man to win a Royal Rumble and never eliminate anyone.
No, except Stone Cold at the end.
Yeah, that was it. He had the lowest amount of eliminations for a winner, and it was Stone Cold at the end. Wasn't he distracted by someone to get eliminated?
Yeah, The Rock came out and helped him.
Go figure. Okay, let's talk about some upsetting news that took place. It was announced on Monday. WWE Cruiserweight Champion Enzo Amore has been suspended indefinitely due to a rape and sexual assault allegation from a woman. Apparently, very grave detail. We're not going to go into all that. He's suspended indefinitely. They didn't even talk about 205 Live on the show Monday. We're taping this before 205 Live on Tuesday, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. But, Tony, what do you think's going to happen? Again, this is the second man now. Of course, you had Rich Swann. What's your take from all this?
Well, you know, we've seen celebrities with sex abuse and everything. We've seen them beat up their girlfriend.
It's been terrible over the last year, 6 months.
We've seen them. We've seen Rich Swann this past year or last year kidnap his girlfriend, decide to falsify all that stuff. But Enzo, it was, you know, he was a nice guy. He always would not get himself in trouble, because he's already been in trouble with WWE before walk around the entire locker room naked, and I would never see that before.
He had a bad rap anyway.
Yeah, and then he got shit down the locker room, and then, but this thing is really bad because what happened, I'm not going to go into details like you said, but according to what the report said, and I read the report, it said, according to this, it says, blank, beep, I have 1 million followers, you're going to suck my, you know what, and that's where she ended up going to the hospital, and this is ridiculous. I don't know what's going to happen, but like I said, Raw didn't have 205 Live tonight because of due to the Raw 25 tonight, but I think they're going to talk more about. I think they're going to talk about more tomorrow night, but they're going to just say.
You mean last night? Don't forget we're Wednesday now.
Oh yeah, last night. He'll talk about last night, but I guarantee he'll be stripped of the title, and there will be.
So what happens with Cedric Alexander then? You called me on Monday night when this happened, and you thought, and I like your idea. Tell them what your idea was.
Well, they should do is strip him and then give Cedric the belt, or put the belt up in the line of the Rumble, where Cedric faces the winner of a 5-way match. You make it like a Fatal 4 or whatever, a Battle Royal with the winner facing Cedric Alexander at the Rumble for the becoming the Cruiserweight champion.
Sounds good. Okay, now let's preview Ring of Honor, and of course we'll keep you updated on that whenever we find out. Ring of Honor tag team titles will be on the line coming up tonight. It'll be Motor City Machine Guns defending against the Dogs. You're going to see Jay Woods, Josh the Good Woods, defending, going one-on-one against Jonathan Gresham. You're going to see Cody's going to come out and address the crowd for the first time since losing his Ring of Honor championship at Final Battle. And then finally, you're going to see in the main event a triple threat tag team match, Young Bucks versus T-Tone and Dragon, and against the Best Friends. Now, of course, for NXT, that'll be at 7 p.m. tonight on the WWE Network. The fall, it's coming up. It's the Go Home Raw. What's wrong, Tony?
Woods.
That's his name.
I know, it's funny.
Josh the Goods Woods.
It's just like cheeseburger and
you love me some cheeseburger. But also NXT, it's the Go Home.
You just said Go Home Raw, by the way.
What?
You just said Go Home Raw, by the way.
I know. Go home NXT for Takeover coming up on Saturday. What do you expect? We got an Extreme Rules match coming up. We got Shayna Baszler getting an opportunity. We got a world title match for Johnny Gargano. What's going to happen tonight on NXT?
Well, let's see. Coming off the historic Raw and all that stuff. But what irritates me most is, okay, there's 4 matches, which I don't mind. But let's see. You got the Authors of Pain versus the Undisputed Era. Great match between these two. You've seen the former tag team champions. I don't know about that. Shayna Baszler. I think she's from UFC. I'm not corrected.
She was in the Ultimate Fighter. I believe she won it.
Yeah. So she's like the Ronda Rousey. And
she's actually good friends with Ronda Rousey. They're part of the 4 horsewomen of UFC or Ultimate Fighting.
What's the other one that's on Raw? Oh, crap.
Oh, part of the Absolution? Yeah. Oh, what the hell's her name? Keep talking, I'll let you know.
Anyways, yeah, because you got her, and then you... But Shayna Baszler's facing Ember Moon.
Sonya Deville.
Sonya Deville, there you go. Shayna Baszler is tough like a cookie, but to beat the women's champion, you've got to beat Ember Moon. And Ember Moon has got a tough game. She's one cup cookie. And then the Extreme Rules match, you got Adam Cole facing... I don't remember what he's facing, but he's going to fight. And then you got,
Aleister Black, Extreme Rules.
Aleister Black. I guarantee you this. Adam Cole's going to interfere in that main event that cost that Johnny Gargano is going to actually win the title.
Does that set up Cien Almas against Adam Cole at TakeOver New Orleans?
Yes. And then that will lead up to Johnny Gargano versus Ciampa at New Orleans for the title.
Oh. Ooh.
I want to see it.
I don't think Ciampa Gargano's gonna be for the title. I think Ciampa Gargano's gonna be like a cage match or something fierce. But I think that's happening. That's 2 stacked matches. I like that so far, and we'll be there.
Something's gonna happen because I'm gonna be sitting there in the Smoothie King Center with a smoothie watching the.
By the way, where the Bulls lost in double overtime on Monday night. But continue.
But you got some great NXT takeovers. Dallas is pretty good. You've had Orlando that was epic, but New Orleans, they got up, hit the bomb because Right next door is the sleepy Superdome that's getting ready for WrestleMania 34.
And exactly, should be exciting. Of course, tonight 7 p.m. NXT. We're taking a time out. When we come back, we're going to preview TNA Impact as it's going to present Genesis tomorrow night. We'll be back. In memory, Tony, 2004, the former, what was he, Commissioner President Jack Tunney passed away. Did you hear about all the stuff he was battling with? He gambled WWF's money and all of his gambling debts. He had alcohol addiction, and then he passed away in 2004. Not one WWF wrestler or anyone from the company went to his wake either.
No, nobody cared for the guy. He was a bad president, but not only is he from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, but that's the second time somebody from Canada has died, like a big thing. Remember the mayor, Rob Ford?
he was an odd duck.
Yeah, fat odd duck.
Let's preview coming up. Of course, Impact presents Genesis. That is tomorrow night. Tony, we already know what's gonna happen. We already talked about this is the first taping of the new era of Impact Wrestling. You're going to see Allie get her Impact Women's Knockouts title match against Laurel Van Ness. Is she going to get what's rightfully hers back tomorrow night?
Oh, I guarantee it. She's got to deserve. She hasn't had a title shot since she won the title from Maria a couple of years ago.
Was it Maria she won it from?
Yeah, now Maria's got a baby, and she was on Raw Monday night.
Half the women that came out there was pregnant.
Yeah,
where was Lita?
I think she kind of with the WWE. She was there's some problems with the WWE. She didn't want to be there.
Also we're gonna see Eli Drake. I can't even give it away because it's the opening of the show, but we'll talk about that later. We also got
let's just tease the fans to say that Eli Drake gets what he deserves.
And let's just say a guy that had 3 chances at the WWE Cruiserweight title and lost all 3, and then left the company, is coming back to Impact Wrestling to try to get that title. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. The Last Real Man. What the hell was Last Real Man's Silas Young. What the hell is that guy's?
Last Seidel.
Yeah, that's what the guy I'm talking about that's coming to take the title. I'm not giving his name until Monday show.
I know what you're talking about.
What was his A-double? But that pretty much gives away who it was.
Yeah,
and not Arn Anderson. Yeah. Well, you know what? We'll let your mind venture. Maybe it is Arn Anderson that came in and beat him up and won the title.
No. I know what it is. It's American Airlines.
Yes, American Airlines. And Arn Anderson came and won the Impact title. There you go.
The ghost one.
You heard it here first.
But what irritates me the most is this goofball of an announcer, this Michael Cole wannabe, Josh Matthews, who married Madison Rayne.
You're just jealous of that.
I know, and he wins the. He's the. I don't know.
I know. We're going to clear all this up in the weeks to come because it is very confusing. But anyway, that is all coming up on Impact tomorrow. We'll sort that out. That'll be on Monday's show. Don't forget, Sunday we'll have the Royal Rumble warm-up. Wake up with us at 9 a.m. Also, we're going to be preview for Friday. We're going to recap SmackDown, Mixed Match Challenge, 205 Live, Ring of Honor, NXT. We're going to preview SSW. Plus, we got NXT TakeOver Philly warm-up. What a Tony, you better be with me Friday.
I don't believe this. You got to recap SmackDown Live, NXT, Ring of Honor, 205 Live. We got a preview SSW Sunday from the Bronx Center. You got the Pro Bowl Sunday. You got the Hockey All-Star Game. You got the Bulls playing the Bucks at 2:30.
And there's an awards. I believe it is it the what award ceremony is this week? Is it the Oscars? The Golden Globe?
Oh, the Grammys are this Sunday. You got
crazy
SSW,
weekend.
You got the Royal Rumble. You got NXT Philadelphia. Folks, have a great weekend. By the way,
Tony, it's only Wednesday. We got Friday's show still, buddy.
But quickly, congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles and the
Tony,
Patriots.
I don't think you know what the hell you're talking about. I think you need a week off.
I'm ready for baseball season.
Congratulations to the Phillies. Yes, congratulations to the Eagles. Philadelphia's hosting Royal Rumble on Sunday, so that's going to be exciting as well. And congratulations to the Eagles, and unfortunately to the Patriots who are there. And Tony opens up another goddamn jug. Jesus Christ. But anyway, everyone we'll see you Friday for the King of Controversy and his. You should get a soda sponsor for the show. I'm Brian Young. Thank you for watching the Ringside Report, your front row seat to all things wrestling.